Coming up this morning on Action News, we continue our coverage of the residents in Ellensburg forced out of their apartments because of a fire. It happened months ago, and they've been trying to get answers since. We caught up with the CEO of the company that owns the complex, and we'll share what we learned. Plus, good news for Mabton travelers. The bridge is back open, connecting both sides of the Yakima River. It comes after over a year of construction to replace it and a year on a detour. And Yakima police are ensuring kids have a good Christmas with their Shop with a Cop program. 65 kids in Yakima are getting gifts thanks to thousands in donations. We were there and caught up with officers to talk about the event. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, on this Christmas Eve, it seems a little damp outside. It seems like I had to turn on my windshield wipers on my way in this morning. It seems like a lot of folks are going to have to do that today.
Yeah, rather soggy as we start the day, but luckily as we go through the day, the rainfall will start to taper off just a bit. Now, as we are starting the day, though, again, it is rather wet outside. We have seen periods of moderate to heavy rainfall at times. And what I will say is that today is not going to be the only day of precipitation. We are going to have more opportunities for rain as we do go throughout the next several days. And in fact, we are a bit concerned about the possibility of some heavy mountain snow on the way as well. As we look out at Tri-Cities, though, you can see some of those clouds overhead. This weather cam can't really make out individual raindrops, but I can assure you it is raining out there. It's 41 degrees at present with a very light wind. Here's a look at your weather headlines today and going forward. I've already mentioned it. We will undergo a general drying trend through the course of today. As we go into tomorrow, most of Christmas Day will be dry, but by Christmas evening, we will welcome back more raindrops to the forecast area. And then I've already referenced it. We have a possibility of some heavy mountain snow on the way. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines in greater depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Walla Walla. New information on the human remains found a couple of weeks ago. The remains were found at Pioneer Park near Whitman Street and Fern Avenue. An investigation by the State Department of Archaeology and Historic Preservation has determined the remains are of Native American origin. Now the discovery site, along with the locations of where material has been transported, has been officially designated as an archaeology site. Work is now underway to identify affected and interested tribes. In the meantime, community members are asked to avoid the discovery area. Some people who were forced out of their apartments because of a fire last April are trying to get answers from the company that owns their complex. KIMA's John Franklin spoke to the chief operating officer of that company and tells us what he learned.
When some of the Campus Village apartments caught fire on April 17th, a former tenant claimed that the fire alarms did not sound.
We didn't have any of our fire alarms go off in the main 4 units. I'm not quite sure how far away from our apartments the fire alarms worked, and those were installed the July before that, I believe.
I asked PTLA's Chief Operating Officer Paige Robertson if the alarms went off.
I don't know it shouldn't be true. All of the units that we manage are equipped with fire alarms.
Let's say your next door neighbor had a fire. Would your fire alarms go off?
I don't know. Depends on if there was penetration of smoke into the neighboring unit. So it depends. Yeah.
Dalton also claimed that obtaining her belongings after the fire was costly and difficult.
Our neighbors and myself had to pay a secondary company that we were notified to use by our complex after we were told we couldn't go in ourselves because it'd be a liability.
I'm not sure how that's handled with the insurance carriers. Typically, if there are costs associated with that, they may get assigned back to the property carrier. But unfortunately, I don't have details on that. If that's the case, it may be because those third parties are either certified in some way or they do carry liability insurance where the residents may not. And again, in a safety situation like this, we're just making sure that everyone is maintaining proper protocols so that we don't have further injuries or damage.
Reporting in Ellensburg for Action News, I'm John Franklin.
KIMA's John Franklin, thank you. And in the days after, we spoke with a current tenant of a PTLA property in Ellensburg, and we brought one of her concerns to the COO. We'll have more about that tonight. Mabton Bridge is now back open for vehicle travel. Some good news there. The connection over the Yakima River on the Sunnyside and Mabton Highway is ready and able to handle everyday travel. This also takes some stress off the Euclid Road Bridge, which was the main detour route. Now, construction on the bridge started in 2023, and officials acknowledged the impact it had on residents of the valley, one saying they appreciated the patience. Christmas is tomorrow, and for many folks across the region, travel plans are well underway, with road and air travel expected to see record highs this year, according to analysts. Many folks are being advised to pack their patience for the holidays, but that busy expectation hasn't been reality for some last-minute flyers in the Tri-Cities.
It's been smooth, yeah, and especially here at the airport, I am very happy.
Transportation leaders tell us regardless of what day you're traveling this week, give yourself extra time and prepare for any possible delays. A lot of kids in Yakima are going to have a special Christmas thanks to the Shop with a Cop program. KIMA's Mallory Aldrich went along for yesterday's big event and tells us about the program.
We just want to be able to give back to our community and just, give the kids an extra smile for Christmas and just a little bit of cheer.
Around 7 a.m. Monday morning, many Yakima kids gathered at Fred Meyer for their annual Shop with a Cop event.
So we do this every Christmas, right before Christmas, and we just get a bunch of kids that are in need, and they'll do some shopping with officers around the county.
The shopping began with Santa pictures with their law enforcement partner, and once the kids finished shopping, they received a treat bag filled with Powerade, candy, and hot cocoa mix, and picked up their printed picture. They would then head to the gift wrapping station to get their gifts ready for the big day. This year, YPD was able to sponsor 65 shopping sprees, which were all paid for by donations.
We were able to raise $6,500, so each kid gets $100, plus Fred Meyer's. They've been generous to be able to give different coupons and discounts as well.
Many different law enforcement agencies took part in this event, including Washington State Patrol, Yakima Explorers, and the Yakima County's Sheriff's Office.
It's great. This is exactly the kind of events that law enforcement should be involved in. The kids are they're the nucleus of our society, of our communities, and to have cops in a positive way interacting with the kids, it doesn't get any better than that.
Sean Boyle, YPD chief, told Action News what the best part of this event is.
Just seeing the smiles on the kids and seeing even the smiles on the officers as they get a chance to spend some time with kids from our community and have a good time. And the kids get to see us in a different light. A lot of times people don't see us in a positive light, and this is an opportunity for the kids to get to know some police officers who work in our valley and keep our community safe.
Reporting for Action News, I'm Mallory Aldrich.
KIMA's Mallory Aldrich, thank you. And if you'd like to donate for next year's Shop with a Cop event, you can drop off your donations off at the Yakima Police Department. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, if anybody has to go out and do any last-minute shoppings, they better pack an umbrella or something possibly because they don't want to get those gifts wet.
I would say that if you're going out this morning, yes, have that umbrella with you, but you're going to have less of a need for that umbrella if you're doing anything this afternoon. And then if anyone has any church candlelight services this evening, rainfall will not be playing a negative role in those plans. But for this morning, it is rather wet, and we are going to be holding on to showers, at least for some of us, through this afternoon. You can see those high temperatures today will be topping out in the mid to upper 40s. I will tell you what you can expect as we go through tonight and as we go through Christmas Day coming up.